viewers, this is Michael from Screw You Blues, bringing you a new podcast from my segment called The Boruto Review. And like always, I'm going to speak very loudly, very clearly, and very slowly, in case you don't understand me. Also, I'll try to do my best not to be so hard during this audio podcast recording as well, not to cause any audio feedback as well. And finally, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. Once again, if you're under 18, this audio podcast recording will change your adult language. So anyway, with this and everything else out the way, let's get to the latest episode of Boruto. So basically, this episode starts off where last left off. So basically, Boruto, Mitsuki, and Sawada were face down with Ku, who acquired a heart from the doctor, with a new stable Ku, with a new stable KU. So basically, KU meant to stabilize himself by using the doctor's heart that he took from the doctor, took the doctor's heart from his body, and therefore managed to stabilize himself, and therefore Boruto and Sawada, Mitsuki will have to fight a new stable Ku who's now is able to use jutsu without worrying his body to break down and shit like that. So anyway, Suki, who was carrying the Ochinikage, was nearby, and Suki was kind of tired from carrying the Ochinikage, but the Ochinikage needed to tell Suki that, we need to get to Boruto and the others quick, and try to stop KU, and try to stop KU. So anyway, while that's going, so basically, while Boruto and the others were engaged in the battle with KU, but KU, with KU back at the Leaf Village, Naruto and the others were still waiting for. We're still waiting for Internet. We're still waiting for organization to go to the Stone Village from the Future Lords. But that's been but unknown for them, unknown to them, Dicky and the others were listening from the window, and they wanted to go to the Stone Village to help Mitsuki and Boruto and the others. So basically, Naruto finally got authorization to go to the Stone Village by one of the Future Lords, and when he was about to leave from the main gate, Dicky and the others showed up, Dicky and the others showed up and were asking Naruto that they wanted to go with him to the Stone Village to help Boruto, Mitsuki, and the others, and Naruto told them no. So basically, as you know, I can't risk your lives. So basically, Naruto's like, you guys can't go with me. So basically, Dicky and the others tried to follow Naruto, and that's when Sai told him that don't even try to follow us, and that's when Sai, follow behind Naruto, and that's when, so basically, the only thing that was stopping them from leaving the village was Shikamaru. And Shikamaru was like, you guys can go ahead. So basically, I didn't see anything. I didn't see you guys leave. So basically, Shikamaru let Dicky and the others leave, and let them. Let Dicky and the others leave to go ahead to the Stone Village. So basically, this fight between this fight. Meanwhile, I can film this fight between Boruto, Sarada, and Michi versus KU was really heating up after Michi went into his sage mode. So basically, KU was impressed at Michi's sage mode powers, and they started to really duke it out. But Michi's sage mode didn't last very long. So it turns out that Michi was after those constant battles that Michi faced, his sage mode power didn't really last very long against KU. So basically, KU was about to use the powerful jutsu to dismember Michi and Boruto and the others, and that's the old Tenshinhan was trying to reason with him. The old Chicago was trying to reaching with KU and realized that they're trying to convince KU to stop this, but KU was not trying to hear the old Chicago. She's saying that I'm going to destroy you and these brats. So basically KU used the powerful style jutsu to try to take down Boruto, Michi, Sarada, and the old Tenshinhan. But lucky for KU's positive style jutsu missed, when Boruto and the others ended up underground into a river that led to a chamber where the old Tenshinhan used to positive rocks at. So basically, the underground river took them to a secret chamber somewhere where the old Tenshinhan used to polish rocks at when he was younger and shit like that. So anyway, Michi was was talking to after the beast moment, they had a moment so basically Boruto and others had the beast moment to talk and whatnot, and Michi said after basically Michi said after my experience with the ox, I finally realized that, maybe I do have my own will after the time I spent it with the ox, be Suki and whatnot, I realized I do have my own will. I'm just not I do have my own free will. So basically that's what Michi told Boruto and the others. But and Boruto said, before you left, I didn't really know anything about you. When you left, I found out a lot of things about you. So basically, Boruto handed Michi back his headband, and Michi put it back on and whatnot. So basically, it doesn't matter it doesn't matter if you're artificial human or not. You're still a person with your own will. So basically, Boruto was having a heart-to-heart moment with Michi and whatnot, and that's when KU came and broke up this sweet heartfelt moment and started to attack Boruto and others. So basically, working together as a team, Boruto meant to use his Visenga and destroy KU's heart. So basically, Boruto managed to use his Visenga, and then working together with Michi and Sarada, Boruto managed to hit KU with his Visenga, therefore destroying his heart. But KU was still moving. So basically, in his last moments, he started to deteriorate. But in his last moments, he used his last of his strength to make a big ass powerful style jutsu. He used the last of his strength to make a big ass particle jutsu to destroy Boruto and the others. And that's when the old Tenshinhan basically use his positive style jutsu and reflected KU's positive style jutsu back at him, and therefore ended up saving Boruto. In that thing, Boruto and the others. But doing so, using that partial style jutsu, seems like the old Shinji Kage died. But before he died, he had some final words for Mitsuki, Mitsuki, Sawada, and Boruto, before he died, and that's when, so basically later that afternoon, about time the Lady Tensukage got to, the Lady Tensukage, Mr. Koshig got there, there was all, and Saki, they were all bowing behind their old Tensukage, body. So basically, it looked like the old Tensukage is dead after using that power style jutsu against KU. So basically, the Lady Tensukage and a bunch of other his stone shinobi were bowing around, were bowing their heads at the old dead Tensukage body and whatnot. So anyway, Naruto showed up and so the whole Naruto finally showed up, and later showed up when the sun was about to set and shit like that. So anyway, Konohamaru told Naruto that I have a full report. I have a full report that I will brief you as soon as we get back to the Hidden Leaf, Naruto. So anyway, Mitsuki. So basically, Konohamaru went to Mitsuki. Mitsuki was telling Konohamaru that he was. So basically, Mitsuki was telling Konohamaru that I'm sorry about this whole situation, but Konohamaru just hugged Mitsuki and said, "Don't worry. I'm glad you're safe and you're back. I'm glad you're safe and you're back, and you're back with my team, with our team and whatnot." So basically, Konohamaru was like, don't worry about everything now. So basically, the good thing is you're safe and you're back with friends. So anyway, Mitsuki. So basically, Mitsuki was worried that after all this, he probably won't be welcome back to the Hidden Leaf, but it's with open arms. And Boruto was like, and Boruto and others like, I don't think that won't be a problem. And Boruto pointed at Dinky and the others, showing up and saying that, Mitsuki's okay, so blah blah blah. I think that a lot of people will. I think your friends will open you. Our friends over there will welcome you back with open arms. So basically, this is how the episode ended with Michi staring at Dinky and the others and the rest of his friends who were glad to see that that Michi was okay, and this is how the episode ended. So anyway, this episode was not bad. So once again, this saga was not bad. So once again, I'm sorry about mispronouncing people's names during this whole saga, this whole story arc saga. So basically, once again, I'm sorry I mispronounced certain characters' names during this when I was doing this whole story arc saga of Boruto the animated series. So once again, I'm sorry I mispronounced certain characters' names. Please forgive me for that. So anyway, this episode was not bad. It was a good end. Pretty much a good end to this story arc. But otherwise, it was pretty good. Like I said, it was a pretty good. It was a pretty good end for this story arc. But I can't wait to the next story arc of the Boruto series to begin. But otherwise, this episode was not bad. So anyway, like always, what do you guys think about this episode of Boruto? Was it good? Was it great? I mean, was it good? Was it great? Or was it alright? Or just nah? Please let me know with the comments below this podcast. Anyway, like always, this is Cynthia Microphone. This is Cynthia Microphone. Screw Review. Sign off. 1.